In the heart of Chicago, during the chaos of the 1893 World's Fair, a man built a house that was unlike any other. But it wasn't just a house, it was a labyrinth of horror, death, and secrets. Welcome to the murder castle of H. Holmes, America's first known serial killer's ultimate playground of terror. You think you've heard horror stories before, but nothing compares to the real-life nightmare that unfolded in this seemingly ordinary Victorian building. Herman Webster Mudgett, better known as H. Holmes, was charming, intelligent, and outwardly respectable. A doctor by trade, Holmes moved to Chicago to capitalize on the 1893 World's Fair. But behind his polite smile lurked a man who would become one of America's most notorious serial killers. Holmes was not just a killer, he was a meticulous planner. He designed a building, deceptively called a hotel, with a singular purpose: to trap, torture, and kill. The building was a nightmare made real. Victims would enter, thinking they were renting a room or seeking refuge. But Holmes's murder castle had rooms with secret passages and trapdoors, soundproof torture chambers, gas lines and furnaces ready to dispose of bodies, windows that looked out but could only be viewed from hidden peepholes. No one could escape, even screams would be muffled, and when the work was done, the bodies were often burned or sold to medical schools. Some victims were lured with promises of jobs, others with charm. But all who entered the castle were at the mercy of Holmes's twisted mind. The exact number of victims remains unknown. Estimates range from 27 confirmed murders to potentially over 200. Many were young women, employees, travelers, or even acquaintances. Holmes would manipulate them, charm them, then lead them to their deaths in ways that were almost ritualistic. Holmes kept meticulous records, almost like a scientist studying his experiments. And he had help, accomplices who sometimes helped lure victims or dispose of evidence. To Holmes, they were not human beings. They were objects in his grand experiment of death. Holmes's crimes were eventually discovered when a pharmacist he had swindled reported him. Police raided his properties, uncovering the horrors within the murder castle. Bodies, skeletal remains, and the tools of torture were everywhere. He was arrested, tried, and convicted. Not for all his murders, but for some of the frauds and killings. Yet even after his death in 1896, the full scale of his atrocities continues to haunt historians and true crime fans alike. The murder castle was eventually torn down, but its legend remains. H. Holmes became the blueprint for the American serial killer in popular imagination, the charming predator hiding in plain sight. His story has inspired books, documentaries, and even movies. A chilling reminder that true horror often comes from real life, not fiction. H. Holmes's murder castle stands as a terrifying testament to human evil. But perhaps the most haunting question is, could someone like him exist today, hiding behind a polite smile and ordinary life? If you want more stories of true horror from history, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And tell us, would you dare step inside the murder castle?